Welcome to Grand River Living. I'm your host, Natasha McKenty. We all have that space in our homes that we use to hide the clutter. Today we're getting expert advice on how to clean up the chaos and make the best of the space we have.
Coming up, Andrew will be dining at Dubrovnik's Deli. And Melissa is touring Rise and Grind Fitness and Training Facility.
So I'm here with Samantha Christopherson, who is with KW Professional Organizers. And we're here looking at a mudroom that you guys were working on over the past couple of weeks. But we're going to start with a bit of background information on what is a professional organizer.
It's a great question. A lot of people struggle with that. But basically a professional organizer is someone who provides support for people who are having issues with downsizing or decluttering their spaces.
Right, and a key to mention too is that it's not about making huge changes to the space. So it's not a huge expense to the owner of the home either, right? Sometimes it's just having that keen eye come in and show you how you could use the things you already have maybe and just purge some of the things you don't need, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are worried because they've seen TV shows where people come in and then it's just a big truck hauling things away, but that's not actually what we're after. We're not trying to get you to get rid of things.
Right.
By addressing the issues that you have with clutter or too many things in your home, all the other stuff melts away when you find out the reasons of what you want to use your space for, where you want to go, what's your goals, what's your objectives. All that other stuff melts away and you end up with the stuff that you really use and you really need to function in your everyday life.
Okay, so let's take a look inside the mudroom and see what you guys did.
Let's jump in.
Okay, so start by telling us what this looked like when you arrived the first day here.
When we came in, basically what we were looking at was an abundance of coats, an abundance of mittens, hats, all that winter stuff. And then in the shelving here, she had the nice structure for organizing, but she had too many things and they weren't very well organized in each bin. So basically what we did is we took the bins down, we had a look inside and we said, okay, this one's just going to be for the hats,
right.
Okay? And then we had another one that was just sunglasses and sunscreens and things like that. So we made sure that everything that was in it was, of present tense, not expired, and we made sure that all stayed the same. So that she has those things when she's ready to run out with the kids, it's all there. And then in here, we organized, made sure that she had all her totes, all of her sunglasses, but everything's in one place and it all fits in her containers.
And it's really easy to commit to this and stick to it. It's just a simple fix.
Once you say that this is the home where this goes, it's all about giving your things homes.
Right.
And then once you have them there, you're always going to put them there. You never have to worry that something's gone missing because you know you always put it in the same place and other people can follow that system.
Okay, so you also have a really fantastic idea for the shoe rack here with some rocks. Tell us
so it's just a basic treatment. So everybody has issues in the wintertime with their winter boots, sitting in the water, getting that salt. Before she had a tray here, it was similar to this one, but it wasn't very deep and you could see the salt stains and the boots were always wet and the laces were in there. So basically what you can do is you can add some river rocks just to the tray. You have to make sure that it's deep enough. And then your boots sit on top of that, the water flows below, and you don't get to see that salt because you've got the different colors in the rocks.
And again, another really great idea that we just would not be able to think of on our own. So that's why it's so great to have
a lot of ideas that you can find and be inspired by online as well.
And it's not a great cost to the owner as well, right? You can get these rocks like you mentioned.
Landscaping or even the dollar store.
Absolutely. And what do you do with them in the summer?
So basically what I would recommend is that you have a bucket, something like this, and then you could dump them into this, give them a rinse with the garden hose, and then you just leave them in a storage place, garage, or maybe if you have a closet, and then next winter, pull them out, pour them back in.
Yeah,
they're stones, so you can't wreck them.
Nice change to the room as well for when the seasons change.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now we talked about how when you go into a big box store, you see all these fancy organizing tools and you think, oh, I'm going to do that. And you buy it, but then it gets shoved into a corner somewhere. You don't know what to do with it. So then someone like you comes in and helps us make use of the products that we've kind of wasted our money on, right?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is we came into this space and there was a great IKEA shelf, but it was sitting in between the washer and the sink. And, you know, best intentions are there when you're making those purchases, but it just becomes one of those things on your to-do list. So something that we do is we come in and we help people accomplish that to-do list. That there was clearly some organization bone structure here, but the reality is the time wasn't made to actually get it done. So we came in and within a short period of time, we were able to knock everything everything off the to-do list and make some major changes.
Yeah.
So here we installed the IKEA shelf that she had up, and it provided the ability to get everything off that counter space and get it up onto the shelf. It looks nice. She had some bins already, so it's sorted and it's in its way, and now you have this great workspace.
Right, and I mean the thing is, you were here over a 2-week span, and so much change was made in that
Absolutely.
little amount of time. Right?
It was actually only 3 hours, and everything was done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so also she does have some covered space, but it wasn't very organized inside, right?
Yeah, there were some items that were kind of in there that she didn't use, but she never had the ability to kind of get rid of it and throw it away. And then she had a couple bins up here with some light bulbs. So basically, so everybody knew where things were. We put some labels on that because it's on a shelf, nice up and high, and everybody should know where the light bulbs are in the house. So we just made a nice, with the label maker, a light bulb, and now everybody knows what's in that bin, and it's not something that they don't need to reach up and check and see what's inside. They know what it is.
And that's a time saver when you're frantically running around the house trying to figure out what you did with the light bulbs or the batteries.
Often people keep them in multiple places, so why not pick one place, give it a home, and say this is where it is. Because light bulbs are expensive, so you don't want to be buying multiples if you already have some in stock.
Absolutely. So you had also gone over, there's a space in the wall here, and the homeowner was okay with the way that it looked, but you were talking about some ideas for potential of hanging a photo over.
Yeah, so basically, okay, this is going to be a workspace, and you know, when you're working, you want something nice to look at. Before, if you have a look at the wall, you've got the hot water and cold water. It's something that you want to have access to, because in case you're going away for vacation, you can turn it off and on if you need to. If there's a plumbing issue, it's not something that's permanent. But what you can do with a nice canvas, measure the space, really, really important. Don't just go out and buy a picture because you think that's the best one. Find something that's the exact space. You can install brackets that come out from the wall, and then it's simply hanging the canvas onto that, and you've got a nice image to look at while you're doing your work, and it's something that's functional. You can take off and you don't have to worry about, you know, uninstalling something to turn off the water. It's a really nice feature that brightens up the room and gives you something to nice.
And it's so simple. I mean, you're looking at that space going, I can't cover that up, but you can, and it's such a simple fix.
Yeah.
And also, you were telling me off camera, there's a way to use the photos, some frame photos maybe that you think a wall is too cluttered and you didn't know where to hang it. You could hang it along here instead of a backsplash.
Absolutely.
To add some ambiance.
Whether they're family photos or they're things that you've collected from traveling, you can do a nice collage. People are really into collages right now, so it's a great way to, you know, honor the things that you've already had or you've already purchased, and make a nice collage instead of a backsplash on your back wall.
Yeah, and then she's added a basket here just to keep some of the.
Yeah. So the reality is, this is a working space. This is the laundry room, and that basket, it's kind of a dead space, but she uses that to collect, you know, the laundry that needs to be a delicate wash, and that can always be there. It's not necessarily in the way for her. It's something that's functional, and it helps her do her job of doing the laundry.